So today was the first day of transfer portal for Fresno State and across the NCAA, and most of the moves were not a surprise. You had numerous quarterbacks leave because there's only going to be one starting quarterback. Dash Weaver and Jack Jacobs both ended the transfer portal. Wish them well. You also had numerous wide receivers leave. That's not a particular surprise. The change in scheme means that there's going to be more run blocking and so forth. So, probably were told by the coaches that, hey, if you stay here, you're not going to be able to be on the too deep. And that's what the transfer portal is meant for. It's meant for players who aren't going to start, who've been here a while, want to go somewhere fresh where they might have a chance to play. That's what the transfer portal is for. You can't begrudge players who are leaving like that. Remember Logan Fife? Logan Fife was never going to be the starter here. So you only wish these players well. Not like Evan Williams, who was going to be a starter and then went to Oregon. Even the Oregon never gave him a chance, never would have given him a chance. I'm going to stop myself before I get into a rant. And the wide receivers that left were London Rivera, Nathan Avocado, and I'm sure there'll be more, but it's just the first day, first initial wave. And a defensive back, Jordan Piero, local kid, local DB, went to Columbus West. Root for him. It just didn't work out. There is one huge surprise today, and one of the quarterbacks that left was Joshua Wood. That one was a surprise. A real big surprise, because I honestly thought he was one of the guys who would be fighting for the job along with E.J. Warner. He's built like Trey Lance. You figure that they would want to do a lot of the similar things at that they did at North Carolina State with Trey Lance, with Joshua Wood, and that did not happen. He's entered the transfer portal. I mean, he looked looked like the best quarterback in the bowl game against Northern Illinois. So yeah, that one is a real surprise. It really is, and I can't tell if it's playing time, competition, wanting NIL money. I don't think that Woods has done enough to get a huge demand for it. But yeah, this is a surprise based on what we saw on the spring preview showcase, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, you need more than just the ability to run around to be a successful quarterback, but it is a surprise. And this might not be the only surprise, because right now it looks like, if based on what we saw at the spring preview, if Woods is out, it looks like Warner is going to be the starting quarterback. He only has 1 year left. Of course, who knows what the courts will say. So we could, in theory, see Warner this year, and next year local player Jaden Mandel, who we saw a bit in the bowl game against Northern Illinois too, become the quarterback in the first year in the pack. So very interesting day of initial portal entries. I'll make another video next week about who else will enter the portal and so forth. But yeah, Joshua Woods, that's a surprise, and we'll probably see more of him. But again, if a guy who's not going to be a starter, has been a starter, and he enters the transfer portal, can't get mad at him. You just got to wish him well.